Hello guys and welcome back to another episode of our EAFC 24 career mode. We return today of course with Juventus with some more big games in the Serie A, 14 to play as we look to close the gap to the league leaders Milan, who currently sit 7 points clear of us, but we do face them in the first game of today's episode. We'll also have our Champions League last 16 tie against RB Leipzig as we look to make the quarter-finals with our Juventus team. So lots to jump into today. Let's dive straight into the first game. It's Milan at home at the Allianz Stadium as we look to close the gap. Forza Juventus. So huge game to kick off today's episode. As we know, Milan have been leading the way pretty much since the season began. And we've always been trailing them. There was a period where we cut the gap slightly and then we sort of fell away and they extended the gap back to 7. But they've got a brilliant team. Obviously, we faced them in the Super Cup final and got the better of them on that occasion. But yeah, this is going to be a really tough game against the league leaders. And I'd say a point is probably just about a good enough result. But at this stage of the season, we really need to be winning to close the gap. So I'll be going for all three as Bellingham tests Mike Maignan early. Yeah, we'll be looking for all three to close the gap to 4 points, because if it remains at 7 or God forbid gets extended to 10, it may well be title over already. Positive start from Juve on the front foot, and Hlojek, who's in for the injured Matthews, finds Duzan. And Duzan back to Hlojek on the volley. Oh, it's just wide. And he comes back infield here, Leao, and he's spun Dedic. And Rafa Leao forces the save from Costa. First chance for Milan in the lovely alternate kit. So underway in the second half, and we remain at 0-0. A couple of half chances for either side. Hlojek coming the closest for us, and Rafa Leao testing Costa in our goal. But yeah, so far not really any clear-cut opportunities, and the game has been tight and tense, and as I've said, it may just take one opportunity to win this game. And Hackney looking to win that Serie A title before me after both of us move to Italy. Anthony pegs it back, and there's the goal, and it's the perfect hit and run from AC Milan. Anthony goes down the right-hand side, picks out Rafa Leao, and the champions-elect lead here at the Allianz. And now Baumgartner and Hackney, and look at the space for Beltran. And that will seal it as we go in the hunt of an equalising goal. Milan seal the game with a second. Beltran rounds it off here at the Allianz and moves AC Milan 10 points clear at the top of the Serie A table. So confirmation that that win for Milan does move them 10 points clear of us at the top of the Serie A. We're now looking over our shoulders at Bologna, just 6 points behind us. I'm sure we will be fine for Champions League. And speaking of, we now turn our attention to the Champions League as we face RB Leipzig in the first leg of our last 16 tie. Between the two games as well, we've also seen Lorenzo Parola come to us and say that he's not happy with the lack of game time and he wants a transfer, but obviously signed in the summer. He has got the important squad role, so I understand why he's not happy, because he is third choice centre back, but he's got 3.5 years left on his deal. So although he's handed in that transfer request, I'm not really looking to sell him at this current moment, and won't be when the summer transfer window comes round as well. But anyway, on to the Champions League clash. It's RB Leipzig away in Germany for the first leg. Forza Juventus. So massive game here in Leipzig, and of course after that loss to Milan, the league looking ever more likely that it's going to go to AC Milan this season. So, you know, that good old saying, one gotta go. Maybe we turn our attention to the Champions League and accept that it is unlikely. Oh no, the Leeds did not get that header right. Honestly, in career mode, Leipzig always turn into a fantastic team when they're controlled by the AI. And that's not just in this year's version of the game. Last year as well, in FIFA 23, they always had a brilliant squad. And it's no different here in this. They've got a really, really good team. And this is going to be a really, really tough game for us as Dusan over the top. Vlahovic, oh, it's brilliant work until the finish, where he missed the target. Lovely build-up and a fantastic ball by Jude, but Dusan puts it wide of the post. Dusan gets us underway in the second half here, and similarly to that Milan game previously, it's very, very tight and cagey. Not many chances so far for either side. I'd say we've just about had the better of it, but with this Leipzig team, don't want to be giving away any chances because they've got so much quality. So yeah, still very much in the balance here as Gabriel's fouled, and we'll have a free kick in a decent position, and it's a straight red for Aymeric Laporte. Now that could change the complexion of this tie. Laporte sent off early in the second half. I think it's a little bit harsh. Dusan Vlahovic hit the post from one earlier on in the season. Dusan comfortable enough for Jordan Pickford in the Leipzig goal. Now let's see what we're made of. Can we give ourselves a good advantage to take back the Turin? Well, it's all Juve pressure now. We just cannot find that goal. I've looked to my bench for some substitutions to see if anyone can have an impact off the bench. Chiesa into Dusan, good ball. And now Fagioli. And just waiting for that moment of opportunity, and it might come here with Dusan. Brilliant hold up and round the corner to Luca, and he's denied by Jordan Pickford. We just got to try and find that one opportunity. Jude looking to be the difference maker. Vincenzo to Luca, and Fagioli from range denied by Pickford again. It's an onslaught here from Juventus. De Andrea will whip the corner in again, looking for Jude Bellingham. Koundé gets it back out to Luca, and I see, who's that coming in at the back post? It's Weston! And there is our goal. And he's stuck on the advertising board. Weston McKennie wins it at the death for Juve. That could be a huge goal. Throws himself at it at the back post. Wanted it more than Julien Hajam on the back post. Pickford can't get across, and Juve have the breakthrough in the final minute of the game. Massive goal that. So thankfully we see the injury to Jules Koundé is just a 5-day knock, so he will miss the next game against Lazio, but will return shortly after. Big game here in the league as we look to return to winning ways, having to make quite a few changes with this coming just 3 days after the clash in Leipzig, but looking to get back on track in the league. Forza Juventus. So if you can cast your minds back, we scraped through with a 1-0 victory at the Stadio Olimpico in the return fixture earlier on in the season, and it was a really tough game that day. We've made some changes for this one. As Nilos on the spin, Nilos hits the post. Free kick for Lazio, swung into the middle. Oh, it's going to be 1-0. Potentially a foul in there on Lorenzo Parola, who fell to the floor, but it was a brilliant little dinked ball in by Charles de Catalara. And I'm not actually sure who it was who got his head to it, but it looped in past Diogo Costa. Brilliant little dinked ball. Parola, oh, it's his own man. It's not a foul. Parola falls over Adam Klojek, I think it is. You'll see them there, yeah, coming together. And Josip Sutalo, the Croatian, heads in past Costa, and we trail here at the Allianz. We don't want to be going 2 goals behind here. McKennie does get that through to Klojek, and I see Vincenzo on the run. And it might just reach him. Nilos, I think, was offside. And Prestiani wins it back. Luca! Well, I thought there might have been an offside, and Lazio just seemed to stop. What a bizarre goal. Isaacson. Parola has to be careful. Oh, it's gone through Costa. And Lazio regain the lead. And it's Isaacson with the goal. I think Costa should have done better at his near post. Looking to my bench once again, as we did in Leipzig in the week, to see if anybody can have the desired impact. Ambrosini to Fagioli and Duranville. Back to Fagioli, who didn't connect with it. That's a big opportunity for Nicolo. And he gets it completely wrong. Trying to up the pressure and the intensity here. De Jong bursting forward. And De Jong finds Klojek, and again, it's a poor touch that lets us down this time. Searching for that equaliser. Carlo down the line to Duranville, off the bench with space to run into. And Julian. And now Ambrosini. And Prestiani. And Prestiani! Oh my goodness, how's he missed? How has he missed? And that will do it for Juve, who will fall to back-to-back defeats in the Serie A and surely hand the title to AC Milan. And Lazio get revenge on us after our win at the Olimpico and take all 3 points here at the Allianz Stadium. The Serie A is surely gone now. We've completely fallen apart. So I'm not one to give up on anything, but as Milan win once again, they extend the gap to 13 points at the top with just 12 games to go. It's looking very, very unlikely that we are going to catch them. So as much as we will continue playing our best, it's looking like a given now that Milan are going to win it. So we will turn our attention to the Champions League and look to see how far we can go. And of course, still in the Coppa Italia semi-finals as well. Big game in the league though here as we take on Cagliari, looking to return to winning ways in the Serie A. Forza Juventus. That's given away poorly, and Cagliari made the strongest start here. It's a good ball to Luca Robertone, now Mosquera. Jude gets a foot in and given away by Romero. And we know how important form is in this game. And it seems like Juventus are getting hit with a bad run of form. Poor ball out by Christian Romero. Kept alive by Cagliari. And, well, as I say, we know what form's like. And when it's against you, that sort of stuff happens. Ball flies into the back of the net. And the side bottom of the league lead here at the Allianz. Klojek, Jude and Dusan. Come on, this is big. Dusan Vlahovic levels up just before the break. A quick counter as we won the ball back and we just about had time to get forward. Jude finds Dusan and he just about gets away and has the finish to pull us level here at the Allianz. Need to be better in the second half. Still tied at 1 apiece, but that's better from Juve. Klojek into Dusan, and Dusan into Klojek. Well left by Chiesa because he was offside, and Adam Klojek does give us the lead here. Clever from Chiesa as who the pass was intended for, but he knew he was offside, so he left it for Adam to run onto. And Klojek runs through and gets us into the lead for the first time. Jude with some defending to do. And McKennie gets a foot in. Timber. No. Oh my goodness. When your luck is out, Quentin Timber equalises with the last kick of the game for Cagliari, and we got a block in 2 or 3 times. It was kept alive and he just runs off Nicolo, and Cagliari level in stoppage time. 2 apiece here in Turin. And yeah, I'm resigned to the fact that the title is gone now. A couple of boos ringing round the Allianz Stadium, a few jeers. And the fans not happy with what they're seeing from the team at the moment. That was a big game. We needed to win that one, and we failed to do so. Well, after a few good results for Bologna, they sit now just 1 point behind us as they chase Champions League football come the end of the season. So we're looking more over our shoulders than we are above us. With that in mind, I'm still resting quite a few players for this next game as we travel to Lecce, as we have the second leg of our Champions League last 16 against RB Leipzig in the week. So looking for a win here to turn our league form around. Forza Juventus. Duranville need to make a better start today, and Julian looking to get in behind. And Duranville, oh, he's found a way past the keeper. What a brilliant start. Julian Duranville, who's been inconsistent this season. Kenny out to Vincenzo. And Nilos sends it on its way to Gabriel. And Gabriel finds Duranville, and Duranville has his second. And like London or maybe Turin buses, he hadn't scored all season long in the Serie A, and now he's got 2 in 10 minutes. Julian looking for a hat-trick, and instead he finds Nilos, and Nilos doesn't miss these, and Juve have a third. Absolutely rampant from the backup brigade, and maybe they're staking a claim to start in the big games, because this has been a fantastic start and we lead by 3. Well, after a really bad run of form with just 1 point from our last 9 available, this has been a ridiculous start, and it could get better as Vincenzo pens it home for 4. And where has this come from? The backup brigade having an absolutely fantastic performance out there. 4-0 to Juve. And just thinking about that biggest win of the save so far, that 8-0 in the Cup, in the FA Cup against Notts County, I think it was, with Sheffield United. And we're looking for a 5th here, and Gabriel gives us our 5th inside half an hour, and Juventus lead by 5 away in Lecce. The funny thing is that 8-0 in the FA Cup obviously came against much lower opposition, as Duranville finds Nilos, and it's 6-0 to Juventus, and we've only played 35 minutes, looking to break that record of the biggest win of the save so far. And I'm in absolute disbelief at this, with our backup team as well. This is crazy. Come on, let's not throw away that clean sheet, boys. Oh, what a save by Costa, and there is the goal for Lecce. The goals have dried up in the second half, 15 minutes in, and Lecce do have their goal. Gutted about that, really wanted to keep the clean sheet today. Well, there is the whistle, and we actually ended up losing the second half by 1-0. Just couldn't really create anything in that second half. It was weird. I mean, the game was already done, but I was pushing for more, and Lecce got their goal back. Of course, the 3 points is the most important thing. Julian Duranville with 2. He really kick-started the performance, but it's a big 3 points that was needed to get us back on track, and gives us some good forward momentum heading into the second leg of this Leipzig tie. So massive game here at the Allianz Stadium. We of course hold that 1-0 aggregate lead thanks to Weston McKennie's late goal in Leipzig. And with Aymeric Laporte suspended, I'll be hoping that we can push on, score a few more, and secure our progression to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Forza Juventus. I'm quite relieved that we had that brilliant performance in the last game, because if we failed to win once again and continued our poor league form, I would have been feeling even more nervous heading into this game. As it is, feeling quietly confident as Chiesa's effort is blocked behind for the corner. Even before the red card in the first leg, we were looking more likely. And I think if we can get the first goal here today, there's every chance that we will have enough to hold on and make it to the quarterfinals. Here's Prestiani, and the shot comes in, and it's turned away. Belize to Beltran, and out to Rodrigo Riquelme. Beltran again. De Jong does really well to stick with him. Plojek will win that and nod it down to Jude Bellingham. And Jude striding forward. We know this is where he's so dangerous, and he finds Slojek. And back to Jude Bellingham! And that might be enough to send us to the final 8. It's the captain, the Englishman, Jude Bellingham, who really started off the move with that bursting run from midfield. And him and Hlojek linked up as Jude found himself in the penalty area. And we know that he's got a finish on him, Jude Bellingham. Slots it past his England colleague Pickford. And I think that will be enough to send us to the quarter-finals. Forza Juventus. And that is the whistle in Turin. Both legs finish with a scoreline of Juventus 1, Leipzig 0. Tough tie over the two legs. But it is Juventus who come out as victors and will be heading into the final 8 of the competition. Jude Bellingham scored the only goal of the night, and that has the Juventus fans believing again, bouncing at the Allianz as Juventus reach the final 8. Absolutely buzzing to get through to the quarter-finals of the Champions League. Our attention now turns back to the Serie A as we have a big clash against Napoli, who we currently are level on points with. Gap cut to 11 to AC Milan at the top of the league. So I'm not writing us off just yet, but it's very unlikely. We certainly need to win pretty much every single one of our remaining 10 games, starting with this one here away in Naples. Another massive clash here as we travel to Naples. And I'd say if we want to have any chance of winning the Serie A, we have to win here. I'd say whoever picks up the 3 points out of these two sides will keep themselves in the title races. Napoli haven't lost at home this season, but Hlojek fires us into an early lead. And we went into a poor run of form earlier on in today's episode, and we now look to be pulling ourselves out the other side of it. And if we win here today, that will be a huge momentum boost as we look to try and keep the title race alive. Juventus have been very good in these opening stages as Dusan. Good hold up by the Serb. And he'll get it back, Dusan. And he picks out... Oh, it's gone in. Picks out Fede Chiesa in the middle. And I thought it was too close to the keeper, but it snuck underneath him and into the back of the net. Two brilliant counter-attacks from Juventus. Dusan finds himself in space, picks out Chiesa, and the keeper just can't claw it out from right underneath his body. Napoli looking to start this second half with a bit of pressure on our goal. Kvaratskhelia, good ball into Victor Osimhen round the corner, and there is their goal. And it's Dejan Kulusevski, the Swede and former Juve man, who has them back in the game. And now we could be in a spot of bother. Rafael doesn't get there. Xavi Simons off the bench. Finds Destiny Udogi. And he's away from Dedic. And a goal now changes everything. And Kulusevski coming in, and Parisi does really well. Last minute of the game as we enter stoppage time. Corner which Kulusevski stands over. It's into that near post. Flicked on, and Costa makes the save and pounces on the loose ball. And we will hold on. It's a fantastic win away in Naples against last year's champions, and that may have just stopped them from winning the title this year. Big mountain to climb for them to get back into the title race. But for Juventus, it just about keeps our slim dreams alive. Massive win here in Naples. And I think we should be seeing the Champions League draw as we sim through. There, I think it is on the Thursday. Let's see if we're going to get the news article. We are. Champions League quarter-final draw. I'm not sure who's even in it. But Juventus will be taking on, in the final 8 of the competition, Villarreal. Okay, interesting. So Marseille against Bayern. Napoli face Barcelona. Inter Milan against Atletico Madrid. And Juventus against Villarreal. So 3 Spanish v Italian affairs in the quarterfinals. We will take on Villarreal, who of course we faced in the group stage. So we know them pretty well. Now they came through the Germans Borussia Dortmund, an absolute thriller of a tie. 4-4 on aggregate. and Villarreal won on penalties by 7 goals to 6. Shame that Sheffield United were knocked out. But yeah, looking forward to that quarter-final tie. It's the Spaniards Villarreal once again. So I think we'll play one more to close out today's episode. That will take us to 30 games played in the league, so 8 remaining. In the next episode, we'll have the Coppa Italia semi-final, both legs against Inter Milan, as well as that Champions League quarter-final, and some more of our remaining games in the Serie A. So slightly fewer games in today's episode, but they're much more important at this stage of the season. Every game is a cup final. So let's end the episode with another win. As I say, there will be less games in these final few episodes of the season, but that's because I want to include a few more highlights. And in those early stages of the season, the sloggy season, you just want to get through the games as quickly as possible. Whereas now, when we get to this stage, as I say, there's more riding on each game. So I don't just want to brush over them as quickly as I would do in the early stages of the season. So yeah, slightly fewer games, but still lots of drama as Dusan races through and slams home the first goal. And that's exactly the start we were after. Still chasing down AC Milan. We're not going anywhere, and we will fight until the very last kick. If you guys are able to remember back to the return fixture against Sassuolo, they actually gave us a really, really good game. And we end up drawing that one 1-1 as, Chiesa gives it away. And there's Sassuolo's equaliser. And they're giving us a good game here as well. Chiesa, good ball into Klojek. Parizi's carried on his run down the left, and he could get in behind here. Good running by Parisi. Picks out Klojek. And De Jong into Jude Bellingham. And we've restored our lead. And it's the captain, Jude. Dusan. Vlahovic. Oh, what a save. Kept out as we go in the hunt for that third. And the corner's into Dusan. And this time we do get it. Right at the end of the half. It's been constant Juve pressure. Dusan denied by the keeper with his free kick, but from the resulting corner, he gets his head on De Jong's delivery, and we do have that 2-goal buffer heading into the break. Breezy nicks it. Klojek, who's done so well for Harry Matthews in his absence. Harry is back in the matchday squad today, and I'm sure we'll get him on at some point, but Adam Klojek has done such a good job stepping in. Another assist, and Dusan with another Serie A hat-trick. I believe he's currently top of the goal-scoring charts with, I think that's goal number 25. And it's not the first time he'll be picking up the match ball in the Serie A this season. Free kick for Sassuolo here in a dangerous position. Floated in. Koundé gets something on it, but it falls to Llewellyn. Oh, he's going to score. Yeah, smashes it in. I thought the shot was coming, so I tried to slide with D'Angelo and block it. Jamie Llewellyn pulls one back. It has been a goal glutz here. And Sassuolo make it 4-2. Oh, De Jong nicks it. And Dusan sends through Harry. First game back from injury, and Harry Matthews restores the cushion. And that is a sight that we love to see. Back from his 3-month layoff. And Harry Matthews back on the score sheet as well. Definitely 3 points in the bag now, no doubt about it. Well, there is the whistle here in Turin. And Juventus hit 5 once again. Harry Matthews rounds off the victory on his return from injury. And that's come at a good time for us, getting Harry Matthews back, because we were relying heavily on Adam Klojek in that attacking midfield position. Now we'll be able to rotate between the two of them. And Harry on the score sheet on his return, but it was Atman Dusan Vlahovic who will take home the match ball. Another hat-trick for the Serbian as Juventus look to close the gap to Milan at the top. Perfect way to close out the episode. Well, that is where we will leave it for today's episode, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. And as you can see from the league table, despite Milan winning as we beat Sassuolo, they have played before us at the beginning of April, and they actually lost for just the second time this season away to Monza. So that means that if we win our game in hand, the gap will be cut to just 6 points with 7 to play. Still a lot of work to be done, and of course Milan will still be favourites, but maybe just starting to feel the pressure for the first time this campaign. I hope you have enjoyed today, guys, and I'll catch you in the next episode very soon, where we'll be back with more big games with our Juventus squad. I'll catch you for it soon, guys, and peace.